Today is Friday, the 27th of October, 2023, and I'm going to repeat the words of Dr. Wilfredo Stokes from Guatemala, with whom I collaborate in his research studies. He calls this year the year of chaos, and I'm going to call it the year of chaos too. For me, the year of chaos and it's the year which I consider we've found some horrible, terrible findings. I've got a degree in medical technology and have more than 30 years experience, and this is a drop of blood. One drop of blood that I took a sample of today from an old lady, 81 years old lady with 4 doses of the Moderna vaccine. And I wanted to study this drop of blood before seeing the peripheral area. And in its peripheral area, obviously, that is a supravital staining. So there's no staining here. So this is the drop of blood. Looking at it directly, and what is it I found? And this is why I wanted to share this with you. Well, I found this finding. Take a look. It camouflages itself because there you can see the red blood cells, right? And in fact, those red blood cells look as if they're all clustered in some places. And it suggests the presence of the rouleau effect. But that structure that you can see over there, it's like a shadow. That's how I describe it, like a shadow. It's as if it camouflages itself. But I'd like you to observe that structure with me because I'm going to adjust the micrometer, the microscope, and take a look at that structure now. This is what I have just found in this drop of blood belonging to this woman. Look, it's terrible. What is this thing? Now look, I'm going to try and describe it as best I can, but I do want to say, I wouldn't be able to say what it is. Quite simply because I don't know what it is, and I'm a responsible person and I can't give it a name and surname because I don't know what it is. What I can say is that I have never ever seen any structure such as this in all my years of experience. But I also have to say that I don't even know in what book or atlas this could appear in. Look, I'm going to try and describe it for you. And the lower part, to describe it in some terms, because this must be the lower part, because I don't really actually know whether this is the lower part or that's the higher part. But using my more logical criteria, you can see a projection here coming out of this side, and here is another projection coming out, and this here would seem to be like 2 little legs, like articulations. And here we can see this is segmented to a certain extent, and the inside you can see it looks like scar tissue or something similar. And here you can see another structure. This side it's loose. I'm going to mark it with my mouse, and if it came from the inside here, I don't know, or whether it was part of this and broke off. Well, in reality, I wouldn't know. The only one who could explain this is the one that provoked this and caused this to be inside this woman's blood. Look, here's another projection that comes out here, and this is another projection. Now, is this a leg? If you were to ask me, well, it does look like a leg. Is it an aerial or antenna? Well, it could be that too. I mean, imagination runs wild here. We're entitled to be imaginative because we're up against something that's unknown to us. So based on my criteria to analyze and describe this is the best I can do. Here, take note of this part here. It looks like an operculum, something tubular. And there's another projection here, and this even looks like a tail of some sort. In here, there are some other structures. This here, it's as if they've become stuck on it. It's stuck to this other structure. Now, this is all in one drop of blood. And I ask myself, how many more of these structures or these devices or whatever they might be, how many more of these might there be inside this woman, circulating through her whole system, throughout her blood, reaching all her organs and tissues and cells? How many more of these structures might there be there, and provoking or causing what? Now look, this is terrible, truly terrible. And this finding for me makes me angry even, because I can see structures on a daily basis, some very similar, others totally different. But every day I come up against findings that are strange, rare, never seen before. But like this, never could I have imagined having found something like this. So I've wanted to share this because I feel upset, and I know that any human being should also feel like that too. Have a very good afternoon.